Welcome to the Campfire. Today we're analyzing Houston's District of Doom, 23-6A. The teams in this district include Goose Creek Memorial, Channelview, North Shore, Humble, Atascocita, Kingwood, Summer Creek, and C.E. King. Let's begin by taking a look at these teams in our film session, presented by the Houston area Chevy dealers. 23-6A is one of, if not the, toughest districts in the state of Texas. Let's start with North Shore. The Mustangs may have graduated 9 D1 commits this past season, but they still will be the team to beat. Caleb Maryland steps in this season at quarterback and returns the quick Desmond Christian at linebacker. Another bright spot on defense is the addition of Zaquan Nunn at defensive tackle. Nunn transferred in from Clear Springs, where he was 24-6A's Defensive Player of the Year. Atascocita returns 7 starters on defense from a 12-2 team, including linebacker Ravian Sauls and safety TJ Bolden. Offensively, it will be the Carde Mack show as the senior will return to the running back position after a year at quarterback. Summer Creek is a 6A Division II state title contender for sure. The Bulldogs have a ridiculously talented wide receiver room with Larry Brown, Holden Miller, and Benny Easter. Kingwood made the playoffs and picked up 3 wins before falling to Summer Creek a year ago. Two-way player Cade Hogg will be a load for the Mustangs. As a linebacker, he finished with 152 tackles on the season. C.E. King will be led by running back Deion Sims as the Panthers fight to get back into the postseason. Humble went 500 last year and will try to make a splash behind Marcus Borda Jr., who plays on both sides of the ball. Channelview has 11 starters back and will look to wide receiver Davian Vanderbilt for some explosive plays. Goose Creek Memorial's move from 5A to 6A was not much of a success last year and will look to snag a victory or two this fall.
The film session is presented by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive. Players on the Rise is brought to you by Parker University. Do you or your student want a career training the world's best athletes? Check out our bachelor's degree in strength and human performance today. The Campfire is brought to you by DQ for treats and eats before and after the game.
For an even deeper look at 23-6A, here's producer Ward Fasol and Matt Stepp from Dave Campbell's Texas High School Football with the District Breakdown.
All right, Stepp, we're now down to the mega district, 23-6A, the district that always provides so much talent. And talk to me about what you feel about this district and who may come out on top.
A lot of questions in this district with 2 of the really big names there in North Shore and Atascocita going into the season. North Shore comes back and we start with them. They're the team that everyone's going to talk about. They've got a lot of questions going into 2025. This is going to be a much different looking ball club for Willie Gaston's team. Willie Gaston, no less talented, but younger and a lot of new faces. Caleb Maryland's going to step in full-time at the quarterback spot. He's very, very talented. He's got Division I offers. He played well in spot duty last year. Now, a lot of the pieces around him have to be replaced. They got to replace some guys in the offensive line. But I think at quarterback, North Shore is going to be fine. Caleb Maryland is a dude. Defensively, they lose some pieces. Obviously, you lose Devin Sanchez. You lose the guy who went to LSU. Charles Ross. So you lose some guys, but Desmond Christian is outstanding. And you've got tradition, experience, tradition. North Shore does bring a lot of lettermen back. They bring back 45 lettermen. So they've got a lot of guys back who played last year. They just didn't play key roles. So I got to find those guys to step up and play those key roles. But you've got that tradition. You've got that pedigree there on the east side. So with that, I think you start this district talking about North Shore. And regardless of what they lose, they're still among the favorites, not only in Region 3, but statewide.
All right, give me your 1 through 8.
Let's go North Shore 1, Summer Creek 2, Atascocita 3. I'm going to give Kingwood the benefit of the doubt and give him the 4 spot. C. King 5th, Humble 6th, Channelview 7, and then Goose Creek Memorial, their new head coach, Jamon Cleveland, at the 8th spot.
We'll post the entire breakdown segment this Wednesday on our social media pages. Now let's take a look at some game changers in our Players on the Rise, presented by Parker University. 2025 could be a very explosive year for Atascocita's running back, Carday All-Day Mack. After playing last year at the Eagles' quarterback position, expect the 3-year starter to move back to running back. When he ran the ball last year, Carday totaled 1,900 yards and 22 touchdowns, while also throwing for 1,800 yards as well. Shifty, slick, and hard to bring down can best describe this senior. Mack is already committed to Arizona State. If Mack isn't fast enough for you, there's always CE King running back Deion Sims. He followed up a near 800-yard sophomore season by rushing for 1,047 yards and 13 scores as a junior. Sims runs at 10.8 in the 100 meters and is a track star as he runs the 200 and 400 and competes in the long jump. The Panthers are hoping Deion helps them back to the postseason before he moves on to Stephen F. Austin for his college ball. At North Shore, the baton has been passed from one Caleb to another as Caleb Maryland takes over for the graduated Caleb Bailey at quarterback. The senior is more than up for the task, though. In part-time snaps, Maryland threw for 688 yards and 5 touchdowns. That was in 2024. He also ran for 303 yards and 4 more scores. Caleb is accurate under pressure and should help lead the Mustangs on another long playoff run. On defense, Summer Creek's Amontre Harris is an explosive edge rusher for the Bulldogs. Harris finished his junior campaign with 59 tackles, 16 for loss, and 10 sacks. Amontre will be the captain of the Bulldog defense this year and leads by example as he sticks to his assignments and gets to that ball carrier. Harris also forced 4 fumbles last season as well, and he'll be playing his college ball at SMU.
The film session is presented by the Houston area Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Our Ward for Sold caught up to Summer Creek head coach Kenny Harrison to talk about his Bulldogs in our Media Day segment.
All right, we are talking 23-6A, and we got Summer Creek head coach Kenny Harrison with me, a good friend of the show and a nice contributor to our coaches poll when we get around to doing those during the season. But the thing about the coaches poll, even though it's not all you, Summer Creek always finds herself up there in that 1, 2, 3 spot. But the thing with this district is you can be in the 1, 2, 3 spots, but everybody around you is in 1, 2, 3 as well. Talk about a year in and year out going through this district and trying to find your way to get to the top of this thing.
Just a highly competitive district from top to bottom. The thing that our district does is prepare us for the playoffs. Week in and week out, you have to play a very competitive opponent in district, and our guys embrace that. They understand what we're up against year in and year out, and our goal is, of course, to, just like everybody else goes, to win a district championship and then to go on and compete for a state championship. Again, our guys embrace the grind in the off-season. Is a standard here at Summer Creek High. The best is the standard, and our guys embrace that week in and week out in district and come out to compete.
Guys got to put together a heck of expectations for you, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing goes. Coach, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in August.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
You can catch the entire interview Friday on our social media channels. Hey, that'll do it for this week's Campfire. Next week, we take a look at the last Houston area 6A district. That would be 24-6A. Until then, have a great week, everybody.